That's a hell of an intro, right? Anyway, how's everybody doing? Welcome to my first live stream. So if you see me sweating or spitting or something coming out of my, I don't know. I might be a little bit nervous. Okay. Hey, what I want to do is just kind of let you guys know a little bit more about me. Um, I've only got like 27 videos uploaded, but they have been doing fantastic on YouTube. I'm getting a lot of comments from you guys. I'm getting a lot of questions, and you seem to be liking my answers. I'm about as real as they come. I'm not gonna give you BS answers. If I don't know something, I know I've said it in the comments. Hey, I'll try to find that out for you. But I'm here to help you guys, and I am also here to learn from you guys. So a little bit about me. I'm just real quick, I've since this is the first time I'm talking to you guys, I started driving in 2005. Had a couple of years off here and there. 2017, I made the switch, bought my own truck, went to work for Landstar for about a year and a half, and then I got my own authority. And I did that for a little bit, about a year. Did that for about a year, and then in February of this year, I deactivated my authority to kind of rethink my path. Because if I were to 59 years old, okay, if I were to continue in the trucking industry, I'm looking for retirement income. I would have had to, well, that's my dad. Let's mute that. Anyway, I'd had to get a fleet of trucks to get me through retirement, right? So I just started thinking about doing other things, and this is kind of one of them. I have several projects. If I showed you the rest of this room, it would be scary to you. I do some reselling as well, but this channel is for you truckers out there who are looking for a little bit of help. It seems like a lot of you are really interested in Amazon and how to go to work for Amazon and pull those trailers. Of course, you have to have your own authority for that unless you work for a company or an owner-operator that already has an account. But there's a lot of questions about that. As a matter of fact, if you have any questions on Amazon Relay, I have this for you. All you have to do is go to Relay Partner, and then, as a matter of fact, well, I'll do that a little bit later. I'll show you on the screen. You just click more information or something like that to sign up, and go from there. You cannot call them, okay? You cannot call Amazon, and if I give you the number, they'll find me and string me up by whatever they want to string me up by. And so everything is email, and they won't email you until you're either accepted or you've been denied for some reason. And hopefully they'll tell you the reason why you've been denied. And 99% of the time that denial is because of insurance, which, we can talk about some other time too, okay? So let's see who we've got here. Hazim says, hello, I hope that I got your name right, buddy. Kibo, hola, and I'm Mexican, right? And I said hola. Lord have mercy, save me. Binks, did you hear me? I got Binks in here, you guys. For those of you that know about Binks, he may come and show his face a little bit later. Chicago, love Chicago, man. Love Chicago. A lot of diverse areas there. A lot of good food. I've been there with my wife. A lot of fun. And Lara, why does that name sound familiar? Oh, I sleep with her. Hi, baby. Anyway, so I have some questions that I haven't answered yet on the forums uh, because I was going to answer them here. But if you have a question, just go ahead and put it in the comments, and then I'll do my best to answer it if I can. Okay. There was something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. And of course, being nervous and everything with showing my face on camera here live, it's escaping me. We might have some people come in. I have asked some of my friends or whatever to maybe make an appearance and wish me luck or tell me to go get a real job. But anyway, so the biggest, let's talk about Amazon for just a minute, okay? They're not my favorite. There's so much interest in Amazon, and I think it's because they're just such a large company that drivers are thinking, wow, that's the way to go. And I'll tell you something, it is the way to go if you have a fleet. So Amazon has two programs. Amazon has Amazon Relay, which is basically their spot market board. You pick and choose loads all over the country and take them wherever you want to. Of course, you want to make sure that your destination's got return loads for you or loads to get you out of there, right? Yeah, it's all trucking stuff. But they also have their dedicated service. Now, for their dedicated service, you guys have to have 3 trucks or more, and then you can bid on their dedicated lanes. And what's good about that is that you will always know what your trucks should be doing, right? If they're on schedule, you'll know what your trucks are doing. And the money over there is, of course, better. When you're on that dedicated program. I can't give you too much information on that because I don't know about it. I do know that once you can get through to Relay, they can pass you on to the dedicated division and help you out that way. So when I first started pulling for Amazon about a year ago, a little bit more than a year ago, I mean, the rates, they're a broker, right? They're like any other broker. You're going to have your good rates and you're going to have your shitty rates. It's just, that's what it's going to be. So you pick and choose, and whatever you do at Amazon is really whatever fits into your business model. So a lot of people will talk about their cheap rates. Well, don't pull the cheap freight. You know, this is why you always have to have something else in your back pocket, which I'll be happy to talk to you about in a little bit as well. But the idea that you can't make a living on Amazon is pretty much true. Even in Southern California, where Amazon is real busy, you can even work day cabs in Southern California. You can go from Southern California to Vegas, so to speak. To Vegas. You could go to Phoenix. You could go up to Central California. And you can have day cab work here, but that's not the case throughout the country. If you just work that Southern California area, Los Angeles, San Bernardino, San Diego, I mean, you could pull 2 or 3 loads a day. But I don't think after pulling Amazon loads for almost a year that you can make a living pulling just Amazon loads unless you were dedicated on their dedicated division with 3 trucks or more. So what I had in my back pocket was I had Uber Freight, which I really only pulled a few loads. JB Hunt, their 360 program. I had CH Robinson. Gosh, who else did I have? Well, my favorite broker to work for was Convoy. can't say enough about Convoy. As a matter of fact, I'm doing a stream with them probably about the first of next week, talking about their fuel card program and a few other things. So I just absolutely love them. You have your money within 24 hours. I've never had a problem with their equipment. Where I have had problems with Amazon's equipment, supposedly brand new equipment. And with Convoy, their trailers do seem to be a bit older, but as I said, I've never had a problem. Yeah, no, I was trying to think. I thought maybe I did one time, but no, their stuff is always up to par. And it seems like the drivers, for some reason, are just doing better pre-trips over there than they are at Amazon. I think what happens is that people get complacent, drivers get complacent when there's brand new equipment or newer equipment, that everything is okay. But, you know, I've had flat tires. I've had a brake chamber falling off, lights that don't work. And you have to catch that stuff before you leave so that, you know, it doesn't cause you any headache later. So they will fix, so they have, and I know I'm kind of rambling here, but it's all good stuff. They have, Amazon has a contract wherever they have their warehouses. They have a contract with the truck stops. If there's no truck stop available, with somebody else around there who has a roadside business, repair business. And I remember on 2 occasions, I had a breakdown in Las Vegas, and they had a TA there within 20 minutes. And I was out within, I think, 45 minutes from the time we called. So that's the good thing. All right. Amazon's money does speak there with the contracts that they have with the roadside repair services. So Convoy, you know, for so many reasons, you know, I love that. With one of the things I really loved with Convoy was when I would deliver a reefer load at 3 in the morning, I didn't have to call for a lumper fee. I would just go into the app. I said I would need a lumper. They would verify the trip that I need the lumper on, and then I would submit it. And literally within, I don't even think I could count to 2. Okay. And that express code would be in the app. They just make things really, really convenient. So let's see who we have here. Have I said hi to Kibo yet? Am I saying your name right, buddy? Says let's show that. I'm looking to get my own authority. What's the average cost to get your own authority? Oh man, and you know, it's funny you're asking this, because it's on my ticker. I have a list of video ideas that I want to put out. Okay, and so I have done some research on that, and I can tell you what I paid. But what I paid isn't necessarily what you're going to pay, because, you know, the insurance can be off, right? So I'll just tell you, like, basically, your authority, and everyone pays it, is $300. That's just for your DOT number, okay? Application and DOT number. So I'm going to let you know what your big expenses are. So that's not a big expense. That's, you know, it's just a small thing. Your insurance is going to cost you anywhere, your first year is going to cost you anywhere from $11,000 to $25,000. 25 is high, okay? But that's where it's going to fall into. My insurance the first year was about $13,500. And I had to, so the startup cost for that was 2 months of a premium. All right. So it was a little bit less than $3,000. So I had to have the $3,000 for insurance. I had to have $300 for my authority. You've got to have your truck. So do you already have a truck or do you have to buy a truck? If you have to buy a truck, you're looking at anywhere from, I would say, depending on how you buy it, whether you lease it or whether you go out and get a loan, you're going to have probably about $2,000 to $10,000 to put down on that. I find that if you lease a truck, the down payment is smaller. My truck was a little bit less than 3,000, maybe 2,500 I had to put down on it. And then my payment every month was $1,375, and it was a 2013 Cascadia. Let's see, I wish I had that list in front of me. Let me just flip through here. I see some other questions up there. I'm going to get to those in a sec, but let me look here if I can find it real quick, that list that I had. All right, somebody was asking me earlier about reactivating authority, so we might talk about that. Okay, I can't find the list right now. You're going to need about 20 grand, and that's on the low side, okay? And the more you have, the better, because you're going to need to, in the old, I call it the old days, right? In the old days, before I was probably born, but before I was driving, a new owner or operator would come out and he would have to wait 30 to 45 days to get his money, because he would deliver a load and then he'd have to wait 30 to 45 days to get paid from the broker. That's not true anymore. Okay, we can go out there and have our authority and have our first payment in our bank in as little as 48 hours, especially with Convoy. So it's not so important to have that reserve in case something happens, but it helps. So I would say 15,000 and more. All right. Now, can you do it for 10? Yeah, man, but you're stretching yourself. You're going to need fuel and so forth. Shoot for 15. Now, someone, Team Tiny, VOC filing, drug consortium, and plates. Yeah, and all that stuff adds up, right? BOC isn't so much. I think the BOC is like $50. I think you can get it done for $50. The drug consortium, now I did my drug consortium through OIDA. It was just simpler for me, but you can go to a place like Concentra or whatever, let's say wherever you took your drug tests at home. Normally they'll have a consortium program, and what happens there is that you join their program, and it's anywhere from 100 to 300 to join, and then you're on their list, and they pull names from their list as required by FMCSA. Okay, but you do need a drug consortium. That is correct. And plates. Now, plates are something else as well, because this is one reason why I didn't start my business in California. I started because I had a residence in California and I have a residence in Utah, right, that I could use. So I decided to get my plates from Utah because, man, I tell you what, I think I saved $2,500 on my plates. And as it was, they weren't that expensive. I think they were like $1,300 is all for my apportioned plates there in Utah. But yeah, and then, your permits, right? I mean, if you want to run Kentucky, if you want to run New Mexico, New York, so you have the KYU, the HUT, and then we won't even get into Oregon. Oregon is their own beast. But you have to do something there. So there's the permits cost. Yeah, there's a lot of little stuff that adds up, but the big stuff is truck payment. It's going to be your insurance. And I want to tell you about your authority just real quick, since you haven't gotten it yet, just to give you a heads up, is that once you apply, it takes 22 working days for your authority to become active, which turns into a month because they don't count Saturday or Sunday or holidays, okay? So it's 22 2 working days. It's a full month before your authority will be active. And it's kind of a slippery slope, because in order for your authority to be active, your insurance has to be active. So in effect, what you're doing is you're paying for 2 weeks or 3 weeks of insurance, or less than that, but I would say you're probably paying at least 2 weeks of insurance when you're not running your truck. But you want to have your insurance in place when the FMCSA says, okay, we're ready to grant your authority. Because if your insurance isn't there and your BOC isn't there, then they're not going to grant your authority. Okay, so you'll have a month, 2 to 4 weeks of insurance that you're going to have to pay, that you will not be using your truck. All right. Let's see. Well, I think I have somebody here who's going to come on and try to give me a hard time. I hope she's kind to me. Let me. There's something I can do here. Let's see if that worked.
Hi.
Oh yeah. How are you, sweetie?
Good. How are you? I have a guest with me.
You have a guest. You're Olivia.
Hi.
Okay, so these are my daughters. Okay, well, one is for sure. The other one is adopted. She's an adopted daughter, right? Olivia, you're just like, we're just another set of your parents, right? Or something
Right.
like that. Right. So are you here to say like congratulations or thank you, or not thank you? What would you be thanking me for? Or are you here to give me a hard time?
Well, both. And we're here to tell you we commend you on your hard work on your YouTube channel, and your videos are great.
Oh,
they're funny.
Thank you. Keep watching. You'll learn about trucking.
I will. And,
and then we'll talk about the reselling YouTube some other time.
My dad wanted to watch your videos, so I told him to.
Oh, okay. Well, your dad's a professional, man.
He's probably like, I like your shirt.
Oh, yeah, you like that? Well, I get a lot of comments on my shirt, so I went to the Goodwill.
You wore a Goodwill shirt. My brother won.
Anyway, girls, I got to run. I will talk to you soon. Thank you for coming on real quick.
Thank you for having us.
All right. All right, sweetie. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
All righty. Let's see. I'm kind of flipping around here because I'm not familiar with the platform yet. So, Kibo, I hope that answered your question. If you have another question or follow up with that, go ahead and put it down below. What do we have here? Monjay 1000. My name is Ramone. Hey, Ramone. I'm in a wheelchair, so I want to know if I purchased a day cab, hire a driver, and ran a local freight, could I make enough to pay my driver fairly and enough for me? Hey, I think I got a message from you. Maybe you emailed me or something, and I see that you're in Los Angeles. Did I not get back to you? Huh. So basically, of course, you want to buy a truck and be a passive owner, and you're going to hire a driver and do all of that. With one truck, if you're talking about running local freight for just Amazon, you probably won't make it, or you'll just maybe be breaking even, but you'll be running your driver into the ground, okay, legally, of course. But there's all kinds of other local. So let's just say you're running local freight, because Convoy has local freight, Uber Freight has local freight. All of them do. C.H. Robinson and J.B. Hunt. It's just, I don't know your business plan. Okay. I don't know what your expenses are, because you're going to have your truck payment every month. You're going to have your insurance every month, right? Those are the two biggest things. You're going to need money for maintenance. You're going to have payroll. You're going to have payroll taxes that you take from the employee, and also you have to contribute to his payroll taxes. and I don't know what else, you know, you're going to have your ELD expenses. It's just, it's really hard to answer that question. Well, it's not really hard to answer. I think that the quick answer is yes. I think it's going to be hard for you with one truck. All right. If you can get 3 trucks to 5 trucks and you're running them and they're being productive for you, meaning there's not a whole lot of sitting time for the drivers or the trucks, yeah, you can do it that way. But just one truck and one driver, it's going to be hard. As a matter of fact, if you purchased a sleeper and had a driver and a sleeper, I think you would make more money with the sleeper truck doing longer hauls than you would with day cab. The other thing you have to be concerned about with day cab is it's going to be more work for you because you're going to be dispatching more. I mean, with a day cab, and you're in Los Angeles, right? Yeah, you're in Los Angeles. You can do 2 or 3 trips a day. Whereas if you have a long haul truck, I mean, it's one dispatch every 2 or 3 days, right? So it depends on how much time you want to put into the business. But one truck's going to be hard, bud. One truck's going to be really hard. Let's see here. I don't have any other questions at the moment. I am going to be talking to Convoy in a stream. I hear Binks over there somewhere. Get out of there. Yeah, come on. Come up here. People want to see you. I will be talking to Convoy on a stream next week. I think I'm going to record the stream, and then we're going to take a look at it with their marketing department and upload it to YouTube. But Convoy's got some really cool stuff. And something I didn't know is they have their own fuel card, you know. And what was the other? I have a contact over there. I'm talking to her and we're getting this all set up. But the fuel card gives some pretty decent benefits, as I understand it. So I'm actually researching that after I get off the live stream tonight. And like I said, we will, come here. Come on, people want to see you. I get a lot of comments on Binks and people, come on. Well, come on, I know you keep talking to me. Come on. Yeah, well, he'll jump up when he's ready. I forgot where I was at. Was I talking about Convoy? Yeah, probably talking about Convoy. But anyway, a lot of good stuff with Convoy. They have some new programs even since I stopped driving. There he is. Hi there. People want to see you. So Kibo came up with another question. Okay. A lot. Which insurance companies give reasonable rates for both the truck and the cargo? A lot do. But here's the thing. You can't call each individual insurance company, okay? You can't call Progressive. Now that seems to be a dirty word in the trucking industry, but my Progressive rate, I didn't go with Progressive. But when I called them for insurance, you know, it was like $2,500 higher, which I expected like $10,000 higher from what I was being told. So what you have to do is contact a broker that can work with several insurance companies. And the reason you want to do that is because there are a lot of things that go into your rate. So it's experience, it's your age, it's where is your operation out of, city and state, it's your driving record, it's your work record, and not just accidents or incidents, but how long have you been driving? What kind of driving have you done? Have you ever done any winter driving? And credit profile. So there's a lot of things. So when people ask me, well, how much can I expect to pay for insurance? All I can tell you guys is what I know, and I know what I paid. And what I paid And I went through a broker, and we started out with 6 people, 6 different companies that she said could help me, and we narrowed it down to 3, and then we picked one. So with me, I paid around $13,000. I put a little bit less than $3,000 down, and that $13,000 was for the year. I've been driving since 2005. I probably have about 12 years verifiable on that. Clean driving record. 56 years old when I applied. Out of Utah, which saved me too because California insurance was higher. What else could have affected it? But that's basically it. And I paid 13. So I'm pretty sure that if you were in my same situation with the same kind of stats, I mean, that's what you would pay if you were, like out of Utah. So the other thing you have to look for is, so when you buy your truck, if you lease your truck, and this is something I had to deal with, this is why we went from 6 companies down to 3 and then down to 1, is what kind of insurance do they require? So you've got to worry about what the FMCSA wants. You've got to worry about what your brokers want, like Amazon wants a little bit better insurance, not insurance, but coverage on a couple of things. It doesn't raise it too much more. And then, so coverage, I was talking about, I lost my train of thought there. I was talking about things that, and it's gone. Just like that. Somebody tell me, what did I say last? Which insurance companies give reasonable rates for both truck and cargo? Now I remember. My truck, because I leased it, I had to have gap insurance for the lender, okay? Because the lender wanted to know that if I were in an accident and my insurance company was only going to pay $40,000 towards a truck, but the note was $45,000, they wanted to be covered for that extra $5,000, which is called gap insurance. And there's not very many companies that do that. So, gosh, so it just depends, Kibo. I mean, it's just insurance is a crazy thing. So, somebody was asking the other day, if I don't want to, let's see, I have them actually, well, I'll get back to that in just a sec. I have a question here from Bill. Why can't we leave comments while you're live? There's no comment area. I wonder if you're on mobile. I know if you're on desktop, you certainly have one. Keep tapping around, but that's a good issue. I don't know. There should be a way for you to leave a comment. Yeah, I wonder if I can go into it from here and check it out. I'll look at it later. But keep pushing around, Bill. Just, use your finger. Okay. I was going in here to look at this question that I got the other day. So I had a question about box trucks with Amazon. I wasn't in the box truck program. I do remember seeing box trucks loads on Amazon Relay. I do remember the fact that they caught my attention rate-wise really good. In fact, good enough to think about going out and getting a few box trucks to put into Amazon service, because it made more sense running local with a box truck than it did running local with a sleeper or even a day cab. So it seemed like you were finishing the trips earlier, and of course it doesn't take that long to unload, right? So, but the only problem is I don't know anything else about the box truck, like the, I wonder if you just went out. What's going on? Hold on a minute. Let me let him out. Come on. Come on. Oh, the joys of being live. But it got my attention. But I just didn't get any information while I was there. So I don't have any information on box trucks, but I think I'm pretty good to say that you can make a living with a couple of box trucks, just an Amazon service. Not everywhere in the country. I did notice that the Southern California area is smoking for it. And I think it was somewhere in Florida. Was it Tampa or Jacksonville? I can't remember. But someplace in Florida, it looked like there was a lot of box truck stuff. And, of course, here in Southern California, I mean, with entertainment being dead now, I'm not sure how good the box truck business even is, because I'm sure they had a lot of entertainment stuff. But yeah, so box trucks, I don't have any information on. I did have a question from Ben that says, what he said was, "Thank you for getting back to me. I really appreciate it. We are working on our first truck and trying to find loads or load boards." So for you guys that are new out there, Amazon will bring you on your first day of having authority. Convoy, did I have to wait 30 days for Convoy? I don't remember. But it's fairly quick with Convoy if it isn't the first day. You got C.H. Robinson. I think you did have to wait 30 days for them. J.B. Hunt. And you can also look at the big guys, like these people right here. You can become an authorized carrier for Landstar and pull their loads. They have like a spot market board of their own, and there's all kinds of people pulling their loads. As a matter of fact, I think they will even give you a fuel card to use when you're pulling only their loads, though. But their fuel card is like spoken. I mean, it's like anywhere from I would say a low of 30 cents. I mean, I've had 80 cents off on fuel with their fuel card. So that's a benefit. I think JB Hunt's kind of come aboard with that, but I don't think their cut is that good. And I don't know what Convoys is. Like I said, I'm going to look into that afterwards. So let's see if I have something else here. There's when you all are trying to get on with Amazon, if they don't answer you, you just have to keep emailing. There's no phone number. You just have to keep emailing them. Just bug the shit out of them. Just keep going. And then eventually they'll answer. Let's see. I lost that. Yeah, there's just no way to talk to those people until you're signed on, and then you get a phone number, and then that phone number you can call anybody you want. So rental truck. This looks like they're having some problems with getting onto the load board with the app. Here's a good question, and then I'll probably start wrapping it up from here. If you do get on with Amazon, they do require a little bit of extra insurance. Some of that is, I think their cargo is up to 50,000. So coverage, they require, oh my gosh, general business liability. So general business liability is where you are on their property and you cause some type of damage without using your truck. So you walk in and you knock something over that jams a belt and equipment breaks or something. I'm reaching. I don't know. I don't know what could happen or why they require that, because at Amazon, when you walk into a cage. There's nothing that you can do that would warrant general business liability, but you do have to get it. Workers' comp is a big question, okay? And that can be very expensive, depending on where you're at. Workers' comp in most places, you don't need it, but you have to check with your state, okay? And your state. I was going to say county, but no, it's your state. You need to check with your state on this. For instance, in Utah, I didn't have to have workman's comp. I didn't have to have that coverage because now Amazon requires it, but because Utah doesn't says that I don't need it, I didn't have to get it. Amazon gave me a waiver on that. But as long as you are the only driver for that truck, you don't need workman's comp. The first time you hire a driver, you're going to need workman's comp, and then you need workman's comp on both of you, on you and the new guy. Okay. So keep that in mind. What was the other extra insurance? There was like a rider, like $1 million general liability plus $1 million rider or something like that. But I don't even know what that was for. But I figured that I only spent about another $300 a year, not a month. I only spent another $300 a year to add the extra insurance I needed for Amazon. So it was well worth it. I mean, it paid that in my first trip, right? So I think that's about it. Let me see if you all have any other questions here. Basically, I'll get to that last question, Kibo. Basically, I just wanted to come on and introduce myself a little bit, and because it's only been videos up to this point, and I kind of like live better than the videos. I don't know. What do you guys think? I will be posting this to YouTube this evening, but yeah, and just answer a few questions, and maybe we'll try to do this once a week or something where I can ask you guys to email me some questions. So I do have an email address at truckingtopicstoday@gmail.com that I don't mind answering emails there, quick emails. If you want some consultation, I've had 3 consultations this past week. It's been really good. You can go to truckingtopicsvip.com. It's right there. And you can sign up for a quarter hour or a half hour or a full hour of consultation, just one-on-one. And I'll get together with you before that consultation so that we don't waste any of your time. And then you will also be able to pick your own time, okay, to do that. So, Kibo, what is this here? Our Amazon loads mileage, base pay, flat rate. So as of February, it's mileage based, but the rate they give you is a flat rate. Okay, so they don't really say, hey, this is $1.50 a mile, unless they've changed their software. But they'll tell you that this load pays $500 or $1,500 or $1,200, whatever it is. So it's up and down. I've seen 90 cents a mile at Amazon. Not very often, but I would say that my average Amazon rate was, and I run the Southwest, let's say Salt Lake City, LA, Phoenix, up to Central California. I would say my average rate was around $95. Okay, I did have a $3 rate one time. Had a lot of $2.20, a lot of 1 1/4s. But the thing you have to remember about Amazon when you're looking at these rates, you guys just can't look at what you're going to get in the money. You have to look at what's included in that money. And what is included is, more times than not, you're on a round trip and half of that trip is empty. And the trip that's loaded is what, 10,000 pounds or less? Okay, so your fuel cost isn't going to be there. So that's something you can look at, you know, when looking at a lower rate like $1.25. I I'd pull $1.25 all day long from Vegas to Southern California. It's a 4-hour trip. I'll fuel up in Vegas rather than California, and yeah, that made me money. I'd make a couple of those a day, you know. So anyway, hope that answers your question there, bud. I'm going to go ahead and hang this up. I hope that I didn't stumble and bore you guys too much. I was wondering whether I should try to be funny or just sit here and, well, being funny is kind of being myself, I guess. But yeah, I hope it turned out okay. And if you have some questions, email them to me. I will answer them either here. I'm probably going to try to do this every Monday, okay, this live stream. I'll either answer them here or in the email. If you're interested in consultation, you can go to trekkingtopicsvip.com. I also have, if you need help with setting up your authority, I only charge $3.99 for that, and $300 of that is the fee that you would have to pay anyway to the FMCSA. So, and if you just want to buy me a coffee, heck, buy me a coffee. I'm drinking water right now. I need it. Ooh, that was good. All right, guys, we're going to hang it up. Thank you. Give me some feedback if you want to email me, and we will see you next time, okay? Y'all take care. Please, please, please be safe out there.